Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that taught us His word. I just want to talk about how, the Most High, directs our step, our steps in life. We're not really in control of what we do. We're not in control of, coming into this truth. You know, everything's all through the Spirit, and the Most High puts it in your mind, to do the things that you do, whether it be good or for bad. You know, like in the time of Moses, he had to harden Pharaoh's heart so that he can show his power. And put those curses on the Egyptians in the land of Egypt. But the first scripture is Job 33 and 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened up the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. Yeah, so when you're sleeping, the Most High, downloads the information of what, he wants you to do for that day. And then, you get up and do it. So, that's why you got to be humble in this truth, we were called into it, yet we're not sure if we were chosen. You still got to be chosen in this thing, so we don't know our roles in this truth. That's why, you got to be humble, you got to pray, and you got to have faith in the Most High, and do what you need to do, to make your calling and election assured. He said, yeah, for the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, but man perceiveth not. Because you're in that dream state when he's, putting that instruction in your mind, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he will open the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. Yeah, so basically we're robots in this thing, man. Second scripture is Jeremiah 10 and 23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Yeah, it's not in us. We think about what we're gonna do, but what we actually do is determined, by the Most High. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. But yeah, the point, O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. The precept on that is Proverbs 16 and 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. And you look up that word, deviseth. The Hebrew word is kashab, or chashab. It means to think, plan, calculate, imagine, to make a judgment. Yeah, so the man's heart, that's another word for his mind. That's what it means by a heart, is your mind. A man's mind thinketh of his way. Like you think you're going to do something. I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the beach, or whatever. But the Lord directeth your step. So, you think you're going to get up and do something, but the Most High may end up having you, run into a building, crash and burn, man. Play out your judgment for what you did in your past life. That's why it's always so important to say, Lord will. Because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Lord willing. You always got to put that in your mind. Lord willing, I'm going to do this. Lord willing, I'm going to do that. Because it's not in our control. Next scripture is James 4 and 13. Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city, and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, that vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live, and do this, and do that. Yeah, whatever you feel that you need to do that day, your mind, you always got to be, Lord willing, I'll do this. Lord will, I'll do that. Lord will, I'll go into this city. Because it says in the scripture, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, because the Most High directs our steps, in this life, like I mentioned, Pharaoh, going back to the Exodus, the Most High hardened his mind, because the Most High wanted to show his power, in releasing, the Israelites out of bondage. Scripture is Exodus 10:1. And the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him. Yeah, so the Most High had to harden the mind of Pharaoh so that he can show the signs, so he can show his power, through Moses, through all those curses. Skip down to verse 20. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go, even to the point to where, Pharaoh, we all know the story, he let, the Israelites go, and then he hardened his heart again to go after them, so that he can drown them in the sea, But yet, even on this time now, this end times, the Most High is going to put in the spirit of these world armies, this air force, to fight against the chariots. You can read about that in Second Ezra, in the Apocrypha, chapter 13, about how the fighter pilots, these pilots that are going to be manning these fighter jets to fight the chariots. It says that they were sore afraid, that they didn't want to do it, but they did it anyway, or they're going to do it anyway. Just like the Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart, he's going to harden the generals and these fighter pilots and all these soldiers. He's going to harden their hearts again to where they fight against, the Lord. The Lord's going to destroy them, with those chariots, man. We always talk about that movie, Independence Day, perfect visual representation, But with that, I just want to talk about how you just got to stay humble, especially in this end times, the Most High is going to direct your steps, so you got to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, faith through the Spirit, that you're going to get through this thing, through these times, Most High is going to put it in your spirit not to take that chip, if you're part of the elect, So with that, shalom all.